How's it going, my fellow shiny Pokemon Sharks and all that? Here bringing a team preview. Alright, so let's get started. This is my NU team. And for my physical attacker, I have Armaldo with Swift Swim because I like to abuse rain teams. And we have the moves Earthquake, Stone Edge, Super Power, and X Scissor. Pretty decent move, but of course I'm still thinking of getting rid of Super Power because with Choice Band doesn't work that well in my opinion. Because I'm going to be spamming that, because I'm going to be using that move a lot. Anyways, we have Carnivine with leftovers, Levitate, Power Whip, and the moves Power Whip, Return, Sleep Powder, and Soul Dance. A very good sweeper in my opinion, and a very good Pokemon to lead off with. Up next we have our walls, Busharuna with Psychic, Moonlight, Heal Bell, and Thunder Wave. And Weezing with the Black Sludge, Levitate, and the moves Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, and Haze. And our two special attackers, Golduck, Life Orb with Swift Swim, Focus, and the moves Focus Fast, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and Power Grass. The reason why I have Swift Swim is that I could have used rain teams. And up next is Charizard with Life Orb, Blaze, Fire Blast, Air Slash, Roost, and Hidden Power Rock. A pretty deep. Alright, so that was my team. So, and let's get to the battle. How's it going, my fellow shiny Pokemon? Shiny Snorlax here, bringing you guys the NU replay. So let's get started. I lead off my Carnivine, and opponent leads off with its Musharuna. I go for a Sleep Powder to put that thing asleep, and I go for a Swords Dance. Opponent's still asleep, and I go for another Swords Dance, and opponent is still asleep. And I go for a Power Whip, not chancing the opponent waking up the next turn. Opponent brings out Flamio and goes for an Ice Beam. I thought I'll outspeed it, but apparently not. And as you can tell, I'm being pretty funny in the chat. And I go for a Thunder Wave on Flamio, or Regice, whatever. And I go for a Psychic. And opponent goes for a Thunderbolt, gets the Paralysis. And opponent switches out into its Bubba, aka Golurk, and I go for a Heal Bell. I switch out into my Weezing that could take physical attacks pretty good, and opponent goes for a Shadow Punch on my Weezing, does about half, and I go for a Will-O-Wisp to cut its attack. And opponent sets up a Stealth Rock. I go for a Sludge Bomb, and I forgot that ground types would zip poison, and opponent goes for a Dynamic Punch, confusing my Weezing. Opponent switches out into its Jack, and I go for a Flamethrower. And opponent goes for a Thunderbolt, doing a lot of damage to my Weezing. I go for a Sludge Bomb on it, and opponent takes me out with a Thunderbolt. I bring out my Musharuna that can take any special attack, and opponent goes for a Thunderbolt, not doing that much, and I go for a Moonlight to heal myself up. And opponent switches out into its Leafeon, and I go for a Psychic. Get critical hit. Critical hit definitely mattered. And opponent brings out its Regice, and opponent goes for a Focus Blast, not doing that much, and gets a critical. And opponent almost dies from Life Orb, I think. And I take the Regice down with a Psychic. Opponent brings out its Happy and switches out into its Bubba, predicting the Paralysis. Opponent goes for a Shadow Punch. Does a lot of damage to my Musharuna, but I go for a Psychic to take it out. Opponent brings out its Jack and goes for a Thunderbolt, and I go for a Moonlight to heal myself up. Opponent goes for another Thunderbolt, and I go for a Psychic, taking out the Jack. Opponent brings out his Happy and goes for a Drain Punch on my Musharuna, gets a critical hit. I think the critical hit mattered, and I bring out my Golduck, and I go for a Hydro Pump, almost taking it out, and opponent goes for a Drain Punch, and heals up to almost to half. And opponent goes for a Mouth Punch, takes out my Golduck, and I lead off my Armaldo, and I go for an Earthquake, taking out the Happy. So yeah, that was a pretty good fight in my opinion. So yeah, the question of the video is, do you think Armaldo is a real what type of language do you think Armaldo is? To me, it sounds pretty Spanish or Italian. And can we hit 5 likes for the video? Alright, so like, favorite, and subscribe to become a shiny Pokemon. I'll see you next time.